money on, funny deal about the taxes on my house. Well, I have the Section 8. Edith wouldn't look at it, but all of the Section 8 money for my house goes into Masjid al-Islam account. Now, a year ago, they wouldn't let me do it anymore because, see, if he's making a charge that I'm spending the masjid's money on my house, but I have, let's say, $45,000 worth of checks in Masjid al-Islam account, and it shows where you spend the money, right? And he's telling me that I've stolen $25,000 from our account. Now, all that money is from here. And then their behavior and our behavior. Oakland's behavior is Masjid al-Islam in Oakland, they all had salaries. They didn't do no work fi sabilillah. Okay. Now us here, except for the school, nobody got a salary. Tufel don't get a salary, I don't get a salary, you don't get a salary. Nobody, in fact, I gave them books free. When I ordered books here, I ordered the same for them. They were not wealthy from the books. I took enough oil for them for $40,000 they could have made. Easy enough, all right. Wholesale. The car was sitting down, the van, not the van, it was a station wagon, you know, when they sit down in the back. It's all from oil, boxes of oil. Fragrance, we took out to them. They never brought nothing to us out here. What did we do with money? We, all the time we was here, up till a few years ago, we went to programs all over the country, and we sold books, thousands of dollars a while, and we bought property, and we helped people, right? And we sent them money. Now we pay for the books, we pay for the oil. When I order from Pakistan, India, anywhere else, but when I go overseas and snatch a big bag of books, I take them to them, so they'd have books. Everything we bought here was bought from work. See, there's a difference between us and them. You know what I mean? They say they don't have no hustle. They went to school and they tell them, but they don't have no entrepreneurship. They can't have, because they ain't never made no money. They are like government employees. We have a salary, we do this work, and you give us something, and we do dull work. Abdul Malik passed out a few years ago doing Black History Month, talking about Black history, but he never involved in it. You don't know about no Black history. Except what he read. No, I was telling them about a friend of mine, the Soledad brother. There's a brother that taught them. His name was W.L. Nolan. My best friend is his cousin. W.L. Nolan was a friend of mine. He was shot down in the yard at Soledad. He's well known in California in '68. Oh, 50 years ago. And he's the one that taught George Jackson. George Jackson mentioned him in his book, that he's da-da-da-da-da. So when I told Abdul Malik about W.L. Nolan, a week later he comes to the masjid telling me, man, did you know W.L. Nolan did this? Did you know that? I said, yeah, I kind of, he's my friend, so I know. His cousin is teaching y'all boxing. This is my technically best friend, is his cousin. That's who, they all a boxing family. Connell Nolan, the old one, W.L. the young one, and all of them, they box. But he don't know nothing about none of them. He read a book and then come tell me, yeah, let me put you up on this. I said, yeah, I thought I had mentioned it to you the other day, but I guess I forgot. Here's the point. Everything. Don't ask Mukhtar and them, where's the computers in the school? We had $20,000 worth of equipment, ladders, ropes, good saws, you know. Where's all that stuff at? He just takes it and do what he wants. You see what I mean? The point is, because I've been asked many times, why you take that? While it was going on, people was flooding around there with guns and everything. I said, I ain't taking, get out of here. Well, if they come today, we're going to be, I said, no, you're not here, you're not. I said, not here, you're not. And I was telling them, I said, I got this covered. So some of them I was teaching lessons on, this is what we're doing. But they couldn't take it. I said, this is a different level. Y'all never get on this level, because anybody can pull you off your square easy. I said, this, what we're doing, I said, not only are we elevated, but we force the government out of its comfort zone. The federal government ain't used to talking to no citizen like, sit down and shut up while I'm in here. You think the FBI is used to talking to citizens like that? They used to, citizens come in, I don't care if he's chief of Mungo Bungo land. I don't care if he's a senator or who. When the FBI come, everybody, I don't have nothing to hide. I'm looking all around. I don't do that. I say, hey, man, who are you talking to? What's wrong with you? An old fed, yes.
Just like the guy the other day, Newberg,
Right,
start talking gangster talk about mother,
right,
and he ain't going to send him to jail.
right.
And then today he said, well, I think I'll do a little cooperating.
Of course. They can't do that to us. We got, y'all out there in Disneyland, you got to understand. You don't understand. The Negro done whooped the white man's ass, done slapped the shit out of him. You don't believe, you don't understand that. He understands because he's configured. The dumb Negro understand, but the Negro thought, boss man told him, I'm giving you authority. So he gave Mukhtar authority. That means Mukhtar now can, Mukhtar had snitches. Some of our family members was cooperating with Mukhtar. I mean, of course I can tell it was all, you know, people talk about they dead and all that. I don't even know if they did. All I know is my grandson had Negroes from here going out there hanging out with him, and then their parents is out in the Shia land somewhere. People is crazy. You know, the way they do stuff and they think it don't fit nowhere. My view is the same view as that movie with Willis. It was the second one of them. He had a friend supposed to, was paranoid all the time. He was supposed to be dead, and they went to the funeral. And Bruce Willis was at the funeral sticking pins in the guy because he didn't believe he was dead. The guy didn't move though, but he wasn't dead. So I didn't go to my grandson's funeral. I don't know if he's dead. Plus, people trying to tell me, no, that was another day. That was this day. I'm looking at the record. So I say, and then the people involved, so no. It's not that I'm not sad because it's my grandson. I'm not sad because I don't know whether he's dead or not. I just don't know whether he's dead or not. I don't accept their word, as dumb as they've been acting, and the stuff's centered around it. And the stuff that I'm putting out, and ain't nobody asking no questions about nothing. Right? And my son is shot 6 times. And I'm saying this ain't happening, that ain't happening, and ain't nobody saying nothing. Right? Ain't nobody saying nothing. Most people would be frantic. They're not frantic. We got them rolling. We got them rolling. They are exhausted. Now, this is old, but of course this is a remake of an older one. You can tell when you don't have some of the flyers are real nice. That means when you have, you know, a lot of helpers. Sometimes they're almost handwritten. But you can see the lines in here, and dates is off a little bit. So I done took the same flyer and took some other stuff and hooked it on there. And you'd think it just came hot off the presses. Well, it looks good enough, unless you got a magnifying glass. A setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. We set the United States government up. We set up Oakland. We set up here. We set up, George Washington said, to beware, his closing letter to the people was, beware of foreign entanglements. We didn't cross up our foreign entanglements. But we're not going to bother them right now because they're doing such a good job of making stuff jump off in this world. And they got old Netanyahu pulling his teeth and breaking wind all over the world. He can't. Old Netanyahu be talking about the weather, and then he'll say, country two, it's dangerous. Then he'll be talking about marriage and family, and country two. That boy, that means yes.
I heard him the other day
Yeah,
on C-SPAN.
yeah,
All that was, it was almost like a pep rally.
yeah.
You know, you have a rally to pump yourself up, to make
Yeah.
you feel like you somebody. And all them Congress people, they just are clapping, and it's just pitiful, man. It's like they went to see a ball game.
Well, our own folks is in pocket, and ain't nothing they can do about it. Some of our friends from the region asked us yesterday, do you think they're going to attack us? I said, nope. So, well, they act like, I said, they've been acting like that for a long time. I said, things are too clear now. I said, even this GOP, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, whatever it is, plus 5, 4, 5 plus 1, look, that put them, they didn't get what they wanted, but they got what they wanted. Even better, the whole world sees who the warmonger is. It's them, they're the warmongers. That's too bad, that's the way it goes. So anyway, here's where we are right now. So anyway, you have to be bold in your teaching. Now, how did we avoid total encirclement and suppression and what have you? If you were to go back toward one of our old articles back in 2001, harmonizing il and amal, let me read a little bit. The ultimate aim and purpose of life is to gain Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure in the life, in this life and the life to come, that is paradise. In order to achieve this lofty goal, we must first find, know, and understand the Sirat al-Mustaqim. The next step is to stay on this path no matter how difficult. This life is full of snares, traps, and distractions that entangle us in the attachments of this temporary world. The shaitan and his multitude of helpers and assistants seek to derail the believer at every turn in life. They especially use ignorance as a device to trap those who stroll along in this life without understanding its great purpose or the means to fulfill it. I'm going to skip a lot of this. This is harmonizing il and amal. there's a lot of traps and snares. And you know, people are just strolling along in life. They step on every trap. They get their hands snapped off. They get their heads. They get in every snare. But there are those who have some knowledge of the snares, the traps that disorientate, and they capture the people, right? So it's the job of the people to harmonize ilm that have the knowledge, right? And help translate that into amal, works and good deeds. So, our goal here has always been to reach the people, to lift everything up in front of them so they can see. You have to remember, the hero in our stories always die, go to jail, right? Sell out. Notice Thurgood Marshall cooperating with the FBI, right? Ain't no communists, we'll show you. There ain't no communists in here, and we don't care whether you like it or not. You ain't coming in here. We ain't telling you nothing. It ain't none of your business. We have a free thought. So what we're doing right now, we've exposed their illegitimate behavior, because now we're coming back to where the people of the past and the immigrants should be. The immigrant community wants to be Americans, but they don't know how to do it. You know what Martin Luther King was saying? He was saying, look, we want you to live out your creed, right? Your Declaration of Independence, your Constitution, it guarantees us such and such, right? That's what he was saying. We want that. Okay, then we want to be like Martin Luther King. Well, then stand up and challenge the government to make them live up to their Declaration of Independence, right? If they want to be Americans, but they don't want it. They don't want to do that. They want to get their little share of America at any cost. And they sacrifice their Islam on the altar of materialism. So that's their illah. We're not doing that. It's not that we're not doing. We have already. You dear believers have no excuse. If we can challenge face-to-face the United States government for 40 years and be right in here talking out the side of our mouth right now, no hatred, no meanness, no nothing, semi-well-guided, we'll say, some resemblance to Quran and Hadith. I said some resemblance, some small percentage, then y'all can do the same. In fact, if you're going to stick around here, you're going to have to do something. If you don't, you're going to be facing us. We're going to let the world know that you are relinquishing your right to do good for the safety of the satanic United States Zionist-inspired government. That's right. That's our job. We didn't know what our job would be decades ago, but now we've had enough activity to know this is our job. And you never wanted to follow, or you never wanted to, you told other Negroes that you're not that Islamically inclined, then they need you. We ain't going for that stuff. Oh, no. We don't need you, buddy. You need the Negroes' help. The Islamically inspired Negro. Yes, to help bring you back to the Sirat al-Mustaqim. There's people that have some knowledge of it, and the snares. If you get caught in every trap, they throw out democracy on you, and you'll tell us, you can't come. But there you come, you peek through the window, and all the congressmen are sitting there, and all the senators, and everybody, and you drooling at the mouth. That's a snare. You've been trapped. As Malcolm said, you've been hoodwinked, you've been had. Yes, you have.
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled. Hey, we're here to help you. We love you. Look, that's what we was do. What we're doing now is what we wanted to do. So here, we're gonna use Jack Johnson style. The Euro gonna use everything in his arsenal. We're gonna stick and move, stick and move. Yeah, Tucker, who you talking to? Bup, bup, bup. And we have his eyes, his lips all puffed up. And ain't nothing he can do about it. And then Jack talked about it. Yeah, sucker. They passed laws on them, Jack. Man, they did everything under the thing. They do the same thing to us. We're more skillful than they were because we have Islam. And we had longer to do it. Can you imagine? This is 2018. We was just getting ready to roll big time when I already been big. In 68, that's 50 years ago. Nobody get that much time to think, to plan, to pray, to maneuver, right? They don't give you that much time. We got it, and we've used it for our behalf and for your behalf. So, how do we avoid total encirclement and suppression? Just like this says, strategic retreat. If you remember the lessons from those days, draw them in deep. Strategic retreat. They come after you, we don't do nothing. In fact, we turn around and break out and run. That's what strategic retreat is. The Long March in China was a strategic retreat. It started with about, 100,000 or some say 1 million people, I don't know. But it was over after retreating 7,200 li, which equals about 6,000 miles. That means they retreated. This is a battle. They retreated. It took them a year to do it, 1934 and 35. This is an epic in Chinese history. It's called a Long March. They retreated 6,000 miles. They retreated to California and back to D.C. And when that was over, their party was established with all their losses. From then on, they was to be reckoned with. The Long March. And they always talked about protracted struggle. Not no quick victory, we're gonna win.